Yeah, sounds good.
We'll pass it to Tam. You want to start?
I'm on mute, sorry. Absolutely. My intentions are to see how we're doing with onboarding and to give the support, any support that I can. And my distractions are, at the moment, none. And I will pass to Jessica.
Hey, my intentions are just to share a few pieces of information and also listen and get aligned around our priorities. I think it's pretty clear, but and I talked to Griff last night and feel a little more focused now on what to work on. And my distractions are that I woke up really hungry, and normally I wait till later to eat, so I'm making a toast right now and then going to get on my hands. So I will be away from the computer for a few. So I will pass to Dan.
Hey, yeah, distractions. No, I was dealing with some family things this morning, so I haven't been able to put in some like any word just yet. So that's distracting. But and intentions is basically to just to listening right now and use this call to sync with what is going on and just go and do some work after it. So yeah, I'm using this call as a booster. Yeah. Anyway, so I'll pass it to Santi.
Well, intentions just to make sure I get a sync on what's going on the onboarding group, and maybe help if I can. And distractions, nothing to distract me today. I'll pass it to Septimus.
For distractions, I don't have any. Normally don't have distractions, that's good, I think. And for intentions, as everyone, just try to think and maybe I can help in something, and that would be cool. And I'll pass it to Eduardo.
Thank you, Septimus. Right now, the distraction, no, there is actually no real distractions besides a hard stop in 45 minutes. And the intention for today is to basically focus on and reorganize a little bit. So I will start updating everyone in what page we are right now. Basically, Jessica, Livy, Craig and I, we have been working on the forum to have it ready as a way to communicate the information to anyone who is onboarding, and to have a centralized spot to have all the information. So basically, if you access the forum right now, you have a section called Welcome to the TEC, which will hold the information that will be accessible for everyone who is also onboarding. That's on one matter. And also, we are trying to tone down and finishing the proposal priority right now, which is to gather proposals to precisely put their projects proposals on the forum. So we're also trying to understand who are we gonna have first. And so we had a meeting this week with Samara, and then we thought about having people we already know about to be the first ones to be posting the proposals on the forum. So basically, yesterday we had a meeting with Jessica and Craig, and to also have a narrow down list of projects and people who can be reached next week. The idea will be that next week we reach out projects and people. So we're finishing today. This week we finish the forum, and then next week we approach people with the information that we have. I don't know if Jessica, if I missed something.
No, that sounds like a good recap. And just to update, yeah, I've onboarded a few projects and I'm gonna go in right now or in our work session, Eduardo, after this meeting, and update the sheet so everybody can see who's been contacted and where they are in the process of doing their proposals. I guess I would say from me, I think maybe what would be helpful is to identify a few places where we could use help. And also, like Dan, I'm not sure what your bandwidth is. I'm happy. I love like talking to these groups and I have like, the energy to do it, but I don't know if we want to assign some more relationship managers. And I know, Dan, you have like a crazy network. So maybe we just need to get a little more aligned and like think of who else we would like to approach. I know you talked to Consensus, and then maybe we have either a process where we each take on different groups, or maybe like I can do the introductory call and then you can do the follow-up and like help them submitting the actual proposal. However we want to kind of like split up the work, I guess, is what maybe I'd like to hear from people on this call, like how the best process you think will be.
Hey. Oh, yes. And as a mini update on that, yes, I had like two different calls with Consensus yesterday. So they had their build program and they had like a monthly newsletter with, I can't remember the number because they didn't mention it on that call, but it's a huge number of developers or, related fields. And probably we can get a mention of that on that newsletter. I can follow up with their developer relations people. But yes, I wanted to understand like the process and if we are building the process, that's okay. And just exactly which will be the best nuggets of information or whatnot that I can share with these people. So maybe we can use that as an opportunity for I don't know, for getting other people aware that this is happening and probably submit proposals. So I'm not clean. I'm not 100% clean in terms of the timeline for proposals. What will be the ideal timeline for proposals to be submitted? I know like some are being onboarded right now, but do we have like soft deadlines, hard deadlines, those kinds of things? And yes, I'm happy to help as well with relationships with some people. If you guys, if there is something I can push in other tech related communities, global communities I'm part of, I'm very, very happy to do that as soon as today, actually.
All right, thank you so much, Dan. So everyone can be on the same page. Tamara, do you have any like feedback regarding the question that he mentioned about soft timings?
Yeah. Actually, it sort of came out of our brainstorming session of there being different kinds of proposers for our proposals. Some people are very experienced with proposing and probably don't need as much guidance through the process, and probably are very likely are already able to submit their proposal to the forum. And we sort of get two birds with one stone. If we have people that we can tap, that we know are able to submit a proposal, within the next few days, it serves as a model for people who are coming to submit their own proposals. So, for example, Wesley from TokenLog, who Jess really brilliantly suggested might actually benefit from this funding and should also do a proposal. If he could go to the proposal forum and see, an existing proposal, that kind of will answer a lot of the questions that he'll have on how he needs to submit it himself. So we added an issue to GitHub to try to find 5 people who we know are, sort of ready to either copy and paste an old proposal. Was probably the best solution. Or maybe is like one of the fastest solutions. And I think that there are some people in mind. one person that was mentioned was Jeff and his Luna Swarm proposal for one hive. Perhaps he could, or one of us could take his proposal and copy and paste it into forums as a model for other people who are going to come and propose. So that's an idea that we've floated. I'd love to hear some feedback on that idea as a way to sort of get momentum in the proposal process.
Yeah, just a comment. It's funny because I feel like we're really synergized, even if we don't talk directly. I feel like that's kind of what's emerged naturally, but also you guys simultaneously had this idea, so it's kind of ongoing. And yeah, there are a few people that are going to be submitting in the next, I don't know, 3 to 5 days that are really close. I'd say at least 2. Yeah, one of them's Jeff because we worked together on the One Hive Luna Swarm thingy, and I submitted the proposal actually to One Hive. So yeah, we can easily copy and paste that over. And then what was I going to say? Oh, just to answer Dan's question about the process. So how it's going now is we have just a spreadsheet, and it's like we have X boxes for like, send them onboarding information, how to call. Right now it's been, we're waiting for this forum thingy to be finished, but I think the manual call is still necessary just to connect and like then maybe follow up. So I don't know what else we think is necessary, but I'd say, Tamara, on your point, our main audience is people who know DAOs and already know how to do this. But of course, we may expand our network a little bit, but I think most like token engineering kind of people will have this understanding, but definitely open. Right now, it's pretty like manual and simple, and I don't think it has to be so complicated because our target is like 15 or 20 projects, and I think we can handle that manually and definitely have it in our networks. So Dan, maybe we do like more of a little bit of outbound thing once we get this forum and the materials sorted. But for now, can be like our direct network, and then we can then the following week level up to wider.
Exactly. I think that will be the ideal scenario. So I don't know if we want to start like take probably 10 to 15 minutes, 20 minutes to go run through the people who we can do a contact or can be reached in this week and the following week. So if we all know and we can all run through this, and can people also propose names that can be on the top of your head, but you have around, or people you have talked to about you think could be interesting in this proposals part? I don't know. Can we do that?
You mean we all add them to the spreadsheet?
Yeah, like we can, or at least one by one, or if it's open to anyone, if anyone has an idea of someone who they want to be added to this spreadsheet, and if you can, Jessica, just briefly tell us who are these projects that we need to contact, or if you need help with that, so we can divide the work.
Do you have the spreadsheet open and you're typing, or should I jump over to my computer?
If you can send the link to via Telegram or somewhere, I can do it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Is it the link that was on? I'm looking for it too. Was it the link that was on the Discord channel?
Yeah, Livia, Livia, you had mentioned to Craig and Eduardo, you guys were were trying to wrangle the documents. I kind of dropped off of that because I was a little confused. But Livia, did we end up sticking with the curate document, and that's the one?
Yeah, I think that was kind of the blind spot, that we didn't have one for projects. And then I thought you said, oh, maybe we don't need that. So I think we should just continue using the one you were using for projects.
Okay, yeah, I'll share it right now in the Discord onboarding working channel. Here we go. For
All right. Is the one called the Easy Grade, right?
Yeah, in the second tab.
I did add Wesley to this, and something happened to my change or my comment.
So everyone has access to the Excel document, or so everyone can see it and take a look at it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Do you
All
mind
good.
share screen?
Septimus, sorry, what do you say?
Do you mind sharing screen? Because it's easier for the recording.
Oh, Jessica, do you mind, or? I will share my screen because I don't know if Jessica is listening to me. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, perfect. So basically, we have about 16 possible proposals.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm reading through it. Hello, Griff. How are you?
Hey.
So, does anyone here who is watching the Excel consider there is someone else missing, or there is something else, or can add someone to this list?
Yeah, where's this Excel?
It's in the onboarding Discord last post.
Thanks. I have a few to add, but I can just add it in.
Sure, you're more than welcome to add to the list. And then, for example, the ones you were mentioning, do you think it's worth it added here? Dan?
Who added Research Institute for Crypto Economics? That one doesn't have a relationship manager. I'm guessing too that we kind of maybe we need to ping Jonas too, because he was the one doing all the stakeholder research. So maybe we can ask for his help, or we just need to go into his research and pull out some people that were in there, but maybe he's added them to here.
Yeah, I saw the interview he had with the institute. They were willing to work. They were willing to collaborate with us. So I think they were just waiting for Jonas to go back at them, so we can take it from there. I think. I don't know if someone has reached them after Jonas, but if not, I think it could be easy reachable.
Oh yeah, I think we discussed, I think it was, yeah, that we didn't really have, they were like, okay, I want to participate, now what? So
Exactly.
we need to like pick that back up. Maybe maybe Eduardo, if you wouldn't mind reaching out to Jonas, and
Yeah, no problem.
then we can like get their contact and kind of like assign a new relationship manager.
Yeah, the ones that comes from Jonas research, I can take them and keep working with Jonas or asking them more. I can manage that relationship.
The two I see that are missing, it's comment only, but Luna Swarm and CAD EDU.
And like I said, Jeff said he's not convinced that the CAD is gonna submit a proposal. They're like more focused on like, getting sponsors. They don't really want to go through DAOs apparently, but you know, we'll keep following up. And anyway, Jeff's working really closely with Jonathan. So we'll see, but I wouldn't like, I guess. So I'll note that.
Yeah, I feel like once the DAO exists, we might be able to convince them. But I hear you on maybe they won't submit a proposal this week or next.
All right. So, for example, quick question, Livia. We mentioned TE Academy last week, and Angela to be reached out. How are you on that end?
I didn't, but that's a good reminder, and I'll talk to her right now.
Perfect.
Also, sorry, just one
no, it's okay,
question on the approach of, like, is there a particular way that we are approaching this project, or it's more organic to each person?
I think at this stage, since these are people who, if I'm not wrong, are related to us in a certain way, the approach can be easier, let's say, in a way, without much of a formality. It's a matter of, let's call it a little bit of a test subject. These people who kind of are related to us in a way that we I don't want to say this, but we practice with them in a way, probably, to see what we are missing, because the only other practice that I have seen, at least, and that is public, it's Jonas Research. There is the only space where people have recorded and having this process of onboarding someone or trying to onboard someone. So I think it will be nice. But what I do see here is that I see too many Jessicas and too many Jeffs. And I don't think it's realistic for anyone to have this many people to onboard. So I really want this Excel sheet for people to, who is in this call, to try to at least pick one from this list. It doesn't mean you have to go all the way with this person, but at least to reach them out, and at least to let them know if they want, or to concert a meeting with them, and it can be followed up by someone else. But I really would like people from this call to engage with at least someone from this list, because it's the only way we will all be in the same page, I feel. So I don't know if you guys want to take an exercise of picking someone from this list. If you have any doubt or any concern or whatever, you can reach out. But I think that will be the ideal scenario. I don't know, guys, what you think about.
Sounds fun to me. Do you want to do a round and just see if anyone wants to? And you can all pass, but maybe you can say, no, this isn't my jam. But maybe we do a round and just pass it to people and see who wants to go.
Just for some of them, it makes sense, and for some of them, it doesn't. Like, I was thinking also, like, instead of taking on the full process, I don't know. Do you want to split it, like initial call and then somebody else follows up, or somebody takes it from start to finish? Because like most of these are already started. So is it weird to switch people that they've already been started, or do we just from now on assign or like ask people to take on new? Because also my concern, I guess, is like having too many cooks in the kitchen and then like
the easier
not having
part,
a clear process.
the easier part is that, for example, we just mark as bold the one that has been reached. So they already have some idea. For example, the Research Institute of Crypto Economics goes in bold because they got in checked, because they have been really already been reached. So they don't need the full interview kind of process. They just need to know what they have to do, basically. So this process of just letting them know that the forum is open, we can divide this list of people in between the ones that needs to be just send a link to a forum and the people who needs to have an actual call to be engaged. So can we do that and divide this list in these two categories, so it will be easier for someone who wants to onboard these people?
Yeah, I'll say like for example, Badger DAO. Like I reached out to them and I haven't heard back. I think because they're on full-on development and they've launched now, so they probably don't have time to even think about this. But that's one that like I haven't really talked to yet. Whereas like some of these other ones are kind of already in process. So I guess I'll bold the ones that are in process and then I'll leave off the
Exactly.
ones that are, yeah. And I just put Jeff because he's the one that's like the link, but he's not really handling the onboarding at all. So I guess I can.
No. Yes, I'm happy to support you. Yeah, I think what Eduardo having like, a lot of status will be helpful because I'm just looking at them and I'm like, okay, I need like at least 10 minutes to open all then and see if I can actually. But knowing the status, yes, that will be great. I had other people in mind, close to me. So thinking about like, I think I had the idea of the persona in terms like who we ought to reach to in my mind, and it worked. But it will be great to refresh. I had two projects that had their own token and are working very actively, kind of like a it's a tokenization project in Ruta N in Medellin, active in Latin America, and the other one is like a pattern that one global of some friends. And the engineer is a friend. So those are two I had in my mind, and the other one is like it's basically a friend that works with Andrew Yan of Canada, and I'm not sure if they're doing tokenomics yet, but they were planning on doing something with. So those are three ideas. For example, does this fit? Does it sort of?
Do you mind adding them to this Excel sheet?
Yeah,
And
sure.
Can you change that? Can you change the access to like anyone can comment, make it editable? Because it's weird to make a comment, you know.
yeah, Jessica, can you change the settings of the documents?
I don't think I'm the owner. I think this is Craig, unless he made me admin. You want me
Craig.
to open all to edit?
Yeah, just click the share button and then change it from
Yeah.
comment to edit.
Okay, I just changed it. I guess it was Craig's doc, but he added.
Perfect.
Should be open now.
Also, Craig, if you don't mind, since we spoke yesterday, welcome to the call, by the way. Is it possible for you to add to this list the ones we talked about it yesterday on our call regarding people that you may think could be approachable, and to add to, when you add them to this list, just the names, the status of if they need to be full disclosed, or they already know part of the information, or if it's possible for you to add it to this list that we are seeing on my screen right now.
Yes, I'll get working on that.
Thank you. All right. So, okay. Now it makes more sense. The ones that says in progress and the ones that says to be contacted, and not to meaning, that's easier. So I'm seeing the list. Okay, I think if we sort of get this, at least 5 people from this list to be onboarded by my deadline in my mind will be probably next week whole. I would like to have by next week whole at least 5 of these people onboarded with the proposal already done on the forum. I don't think it's too much. I think it's quite realistic. We also need to have the forum ready by Friday. That's the ideal scenario. So I invite everyone from this call to, by Friday, check the forum and see if you have any opinion regarding the information that is there, if you suggest any changes, because this is a part where it gets tricky, because probably it's only the 3 or 4 of us only editing the text, and we will need input from the rest of the community to check that we haven't missed stuff, or that is understandable, or there are things that are being left out. So I will really need this help from you guys, everyone. So anyways, what else? Okay, this is moved. So anyone wants to pick someone else from this list?
I would suggest we go round robin and give everyone a chance to say pass or pick someone.
Yes.
Because people might be like, oh, I want that person, but don't want to take them from everyone else. I know, I feel that. But let's pass it to Santi. Santi, do you want to try taking someone? You can also say pass.
I was gonna take Bright ID, but it's gone. So I don't know. I just don't have a direct contact with any of those. I'd be happy to help, but if someone has already started contacting them and has a much clearer direct contact, it doesn't have much sense for me to jump in.
Whaler is kind of open. I was going to check with Craig because Craig said he started a conversation. I had already, Yaler had reached out to me about something, but I would love somebody to take on Whaler DAO. So I just was going to check with Craig.
If I can coordinate with Craig, I will do that.
Awesome. That'd be great.
I was going to mention, I was speaking to Yaler. Okay. One quick question. Those by any chance trust lines made sense here? I'm speaking to them every Friday.
If they have a specific, like a template that they're going to be building, I mean, what do you think, Griff? And Dan, also, if you were talking to Yaler already, I don't know. I'll put you, Santi, and Craig to sort of.
I mean, a lot of us know Yaler. He's very extroverted. It's okay. I think Santi can. I think we should. It looks like I think Dan has a few here. So.
Yeah, go whale the whaler.
Yeah, they're a really cool crew. As far as trust lines, I would say let's be picky right now. Let's be picky. I don't think that they have a very clear token engineering presence. I think they're really cool. One of my favorite projects, but they're not token engineering. But Santi, do you want to pick someone else to pick?
Besides Whaler DAO?
No, I mean like someone else's turn.
Oh, sorry. I don't know. I'll pick up Jake.
Yeah. Hey. Okay. I kind of jumped into this 15 minutes in or whatever. But if I got this right, I mean, I'm looking at this spreadsheet. Who do you want me to call? I mean, who do you want me to talk to? I don't. Throw me at him. I mean, I don't care. What do you want me to do? Just pick somebody?
Well, Jess, I think you have the best overview here of a lot of these people. Who do you think Jake would jive best with?
Yeah, I'm kind of going through the sheet right now. Let's see. Well, Eduardo said he was taking the Jonas ones. That was kind of the main open ones. Ruben, I feel like Badger actually, because they're Bitcoin maximalists.
I would love Badger.
I think you would jive really well.
And
yes.
Yeah, and Messi just actually mentioned Badger DAO, so they're really, really hot right now.
They're right up your alley. They're like Bitcoin maximalists. They've been in the game since the beginning, and they have your same energy. They're like, yeah, I think
that's really cool.
And I'm looking at the rest here. Some people are adding new stuff. So yeah, Whalers ticket. Okay, T Academy, I think was Livia. How's that? Who can best massage that one? Or are you doing good there?
Wait, can we keep going the round robin, Jess?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Jake, can you pass it into someone?
Yeah. Who hasn't? Who do I need to? Who hasn't got Livia?
Hey, yeah, so Eduardo just asked that I'll reach out to Angela. I'm sorry I didn't do it before. I forgot about it.
It's okay. Who you passed on?
Can I just say one thing?
Yes.
Livia, this is up to you, but you're in bed with COVID. Maybe we don't pass this one to. I mean, it's your call, it's your choice. But I also think if we don't put more on your plate right now, that would be maybe more considerate.
I
Thanks, Tim. I think it's fine. It's just like reaching out to Angela.
Okay.
But thank you. And I pass to Zep.
Thanks, Libby. Well, I don't think I can handle that. I think that's a very important task, and yeah, I don't think I can handle it. And I'll pass it to Craig.
Yeah, I'll work with Santi on Whaler DAO. I have had an initial conversation with some of those guys as I'm a member of that group. I'm not super active. And yeah, I have to pass on the others right now, although I'll ponder if I have any bandwidth, or if there's an exemplary one that sticks out that really nobody can take. I don't think anybody.
I think at least now the sheet looks with more names, so that's an improvement. We can try.
Oh, sorry. One
Say
more
what?
is open. I think the round robin's, yeah, kind of hitting a wall because there's not any more projects, except I just added one more. I just wanted to explain what it is before anyone, so they know what they're volunteering for. So Zargam just reached out to me yesterday with GovBase. So they're basically collecting kind of a database of DAOs. And I feel like, I don't know, Santi, if you have more bandwidth, but I'm getting a Santi vibe on this one because it's like data scientists and they're doing like some cool stuff to track DAOs and governance projects. And Z, I didn't reach out to them yet. So if you had bandwidth, they're data scientists, and I know you love that. So I just added them, and they have just the only information I have is this Twitter, which has like about the project and the Gitcoin grant, and I have not reached out to them yet.
I wouldn't mind. I've seen the work from the post, the Medium post that they sent or they published about a week ago, and I was going over it. I can take on that.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Awesome, thank you. I just feel like it's your vibes.
All right. That's a start. So does everyone knows about the forum template that it's every time you create a new topic on the forum section, or has anyone tried out? Anyone has doubts regarding the information that is required there? Just considering the fact that people will ask you about it or what to do. So I just want to be clear that everyone knows where to send these people once they have meet with you. So has anyone have any doubt regarding this process?
Yeah, like I wouldn't mind just a brief clarification, or if you want to just send me something in Telegram or anything, that'd be fine too. I mean, well, besides me just being like, "Yo, what's up, man?" Now,
Maybe it'd be really fun to just do a mock pitch. Like, I don't know. I mean, I could pitch someone if someone wants to be how I would onboard, or Eduardo, if you want to pitch someone.
Is this? I mean, I know it's different, but is this kind of basically sales? Basically, kind of. Okay. Okay, I get that.
It's a lot easier.
Okay.
You're selling the idea that they can get money.
Right. It should sell itself.
They're buying money by filling out a forum post.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
easy is that?
Okay.
It sounds a little bit like pyramid scheme, sketchy stuff, but I hope it doesn't sound like that when we onboard people.
No, I don't think we have to go into all the details here. The idea is you're just asking for a grant.
Right. Okay.
They don't need to know everything.
No, just some
Tamara.
context too, because there is a bit of a gap that Eduardo and I were discussing yesterday. That's okay, and maybe Griff, I would kind of want to hear your feedback too. So we call them and we say, "Hey, token engineering, we're funding public goods after the hatch." They might say like, "What's the hatch?" So hopefully you could just keep it simple for the first go, and hopefully we'll have the forum stuff soon. But I mean, we will have it soon. But the main thing is, so they submit a proposal now, and it's mostly to gather feedback, is my understanding. And they may ask as well about the money part, how much did I submit for? And Griff is saying, leave it ambiguous and say, go for it, because that will help us determine how much we want to raise and like a target. So the first round is submit a proposal to the forum. There's a template there, and then you'll get some feedback from the community. And then after we hatch, they can edit it before submitting to the conviction voting. Before submitting a funding proposal there, they can edit the forum post, update it, and then we will, I'm guessing, have to walk them through the conviction voting, or by then we will have an onboarding video that we could send them.
Yes.
Thank you, Jessica. And you want me to try and get them to get a proposal up by Friday?
No, ideally by the next meeting, next Wednesday, we have at least an update on the reach out of these people. That's the ideal scenario. The ideal scenario will be to have at least 5 to 10 people. There is, I mean, in this list there is about 20 people, so to have 5 to 10 of these people from these proposals be submitted, that will be the ideal scenario by next Wednesday.
Okay, thank you.
I really like the idea of going through a sort of a trial of it. You know,
Yes.
you are
like the role play we did the other day, Tamara.
Yeah, exactly. Like somebody's playing Badger DAO and Griff is contacting them for the first time, and everyone can ask questions and sort of see what is surfaced in the role play.
I agree. If everyone it's okay, we can finish with this role play, and we can do a small 5 minutes kind of fake interview process. I don't know who wants. I don't know. I don't see you very convinced, Tamara. But like, is who? I don't know who wants to play. So.
Can I mention 2 more things about the process that just also came up in my brain? I would actually kind of, I don't know if I disagree with the timeline, but I do think we have more time. Many of these projects are very busy, like Badger DAO is probably not going to have time to do this, I would imagine. We have really until the hatch. I think our goal, as we've stated, is 5. So maybe the goal is 5 by next Wednesday, and then we set another goal in the next meeting. And then also that we have spots, like part of the pitch is that we have these 5 to 10 minute elevator pitch time in our weekly meetings. So if you can mention, we have an opportunity to present to our community about their project if they submit a proposal, and then just coordinate with the stewards who are kind of calendaring and making sure we don't double book or anything. Okay, sorry, now to the role play.
Those are super good points. I just want to add, can we identify on this spreadsheet the 5 we think are really super ready to go? Like we know they have a proposal at GitHub or OneHive, and we know that they can just copy and paste that proposal. And that way we can sort of identify which are the ones that, yeah, excellent. Thank you.
Perfect. I agree on that. All right. Shall we do it? Tam, do you wanna replay it like the last time, or Griff?
No, I think Griff has to actually, because I want to see it. I want the information too.
I'm a pitcher. I was just pitching. I was late here because I was pitching TEC to a dev, trying to get him in. But yeah, so I can do it, and I'll just give it to everyone, and you guys can all ask me questions, I guess, or anyone can pop in and ask a question. Hi, so Badger DAO. Actually, can I go maybe to? Okay, we can go Badger DAO. Hey, Badger DAO. I'd like to make. Have you heard of the Token Engineering Commons? No, I'm not surprised. So we're just launching a grants program that's funded by Token Engineering. It's really interesting, and you guys are like deep in the game, and we'd love to see some CAD models and design engineering around what you guys are working on. Maybe you'd be interested in that. Let's see. The problem with Badger DAO is I have to think about what the pitch is. I don't know what they do.
We can fake it a little bit, and just like I will just we can come up with the, for example, the one about the Research Institute for Crypto Economics. Like we just
I can do those. I can do Chris. I know Chris. I could say, hey, hey Chris, how's it going, man? Long time no see. It was fun, last time we saw each other. Blah blah blah. Schmooze, and then get to the. So hey, we're finally launching the Token Engineering Commons, and we're looking for good open source public groups to fund their public work. So if you like, it'd be really cool to fund your research with the Token Engineering Commons. And what we really need right now is to set the tone with really cool token engineering projects so that we can collect more ideas and also understand how much funding we need. So I'd be curious if you have any research projects that would be good proposals for grants funding.
But it is open. I'm being the institute, so I'm like I will play like the institute person. Okay. So tell me, Griff, is it possible for example, one of my students to submit proposals?
Of course, absolutely. Yeah, I don't imagine you. What I would like to do is just have a working session and we submit it together, whether it's with you or whoever you think would be good to do it.
Perfect. Do I have a deadline to submit?
Well, the earlier you submit, the more prominent your discussion will be in the forum. So there's definitely an advantage in submitting early because you'll be setting the scene, and it's more likely you'll get funded if it's implanted in people's heads early.
All right. And what happens after I propose? Like, what do I do?
Well, the first step is to propose on the forum, and that's really easy. It's just filling out a forum post. After that, once the proposal will get debated on the forum for a little bit, and we have to launch the actual funding mechanism. So it might be a couple months, honestly, until you get real funding. But hopefully you'd be able to, this first test proposal would lead to a lot of proposals. And eventually you get your name cemented in the TEC because if you're active with this. Also, when we do we're doing test hatches, so you could test submit it to conviction voting, which is super easy, and get actually a little bit of funding, probably just like $10 or something. But it's kind of us playing with the system with our community so everyone can understand how it works.
And is there any way besides the forum to keep track of, like, I don't know, when do you guys launch? Like what? Like I'm
you're a token holder, so we're definitely going to be talking with you about our path and our launch date. But in the end, we are creating our own economy, and the community has to debate the parameters and these sorts of things. So it's not just like the tech gets launched and then it's done. Okay. But I am expecting it to be January, February next year, probably February next year.
Quick question also. What about, like, I'm organizational wise. I have to be part of the trusted seed. Like if I'm part of the trusted seed, no, I don't need to be part of the trusted seed to be a proposal. Okay. And what do I use my personal name? Do I use my organizational name? Like how do I?
Totally up to you. I mean, I think in the end, it's a grant proposal. So if you want to sell it as you as an individual, that's totally cool. If you want to sell it as you as the institute, I don't know what the legal issues are with institutes receiving crypto, especially German ones. So
right.
You might just do it yourself, or one of your interns PhD students, maybe they'd want to submit it as an independent grant.
And if I submit it and someone else from my team follow it up, is that okay? Or I'm like,
great. Team effort.
Okay. And will be there any like verification of I am this person, or if I am this organization who is proposing eventually, or that
Just
will
socially, just social. There's no like Bright ID requirements or anything like that.
All right.
But
thank you.
Ideally, you would sign up on 3box with your address so that your name would come up on the app.
Okay. I think that's pretty much a normal.
A few more questions. Can I?
Yes.
Do I need the tech token to, like, can I vote for my own proposal?
If you want to vote for your own proposal, you'll need to be part of the hatch for sure.
And the money, when say my proposal gets voted up and the funding comes, like, do I have to prove any work, or do I just get the money when people vote yes?
You just get the money when people vote yes. We are working on a proposal framework. Hopefully this will be something also that gets debated in the forum, but the way conviction voting works now, when the vote passes, the funds go there, and that's over. It'd be really cool though, of course, if you did lots of small grants. In fact, conviction voting kind of incentivizes smaller grants. So you'll be better off having a small grant, showing success, and then getting more and more funding after building off that success.
And last question, if I get the funding, did you already answer? It comes in tech tokens or X or DAI, or?
It comes in XDAI. It actually comes in wrapped XDAI, and then you'll have to convert that to XDAI and move that to DAI, and then. But that's all really basic. It's just a couple clicks.
Is there like an exit tribute for the proposal money? No, because it's on tech tokens. Okay, we talked about that. Okay.
No, although, hey, I would love to see that. Let me just say, I would love to see us create a social barrier, but I don't around like that. But I don't think that's going to happen at launch.
Livia had a cool idea. Yeah, like what if we paid out in tech tokens and then there was an exit tribute if people sell it back or they hold the tech token?
That's the original concept, and there's a tech barrier for doing that, as in, let's launch this thing and not try to build more features. But if we wanted to do that socially, I mean, I think it would be really cool to just have the funds go to a Gnosis safe with a few people on it that are trusted in the tech community, with the promise that, or even just the social promise, hey, I'm going to take these XDAI and I'm going to turn them into TEC and hold them and put that in the proposal. I think you'll have a better chance being funded. And it'd be cool if we had a social agreement that, we're more likely to vote for proposals that do that.
All right. I think has anyone have any other doubts regarding this approach to people, or any questions about it before we end the call?
No, this is cool. It's like moving drill bits. It's pretty much selling drill bits, because everybody already has, and you got it. Yeah, that's pretty much the exact same thing almost. It sells itself too. So this is cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
And when you go to the proposal, when you go to the forum and go to proposals, you can see what the description is. And I really think the easiest way to get these things done is to say, yeah, why don't we just do it right now? Let's just go into the forum and fill this out together.
Yeah. Okay.
And go question by question and hold their hand until they're done.
Shall we keep then using the Excel document so everyone can update on that document regarding when you have approached the people that has under your names? So you can basically update and say like, hey, I have reached, they don't answer. Hey, I don't have time. Hey, I need to, like, can we keep this document as a centralized sort of place where we can update what's going on with these individuals or groups that we are trying to to submit. Is that okay for everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So it's already time to leave, for me at least. So I don't know if there is any doubt besides ending the call.
A quick question, Griff. Well, everybody. Anyway, I'm curious about like how do we see? I mean, some of these these people are working on public goods, great. How do we see the relationship to money, to making a profit? I mean, like it can be just sustainability, aiming for sustainability, right? I guess. So how do we see that? I mean, what is a complete no, a deal breaker in those terms?
I mean, if they're not, the no is if they're charging, or in my opinion, if it's not a public good, if they're saying, hey, like invest in our project, we're going to create a closed source CAD competitor that's going to be awesome. You can simulate economies, but you have to pay, $1,000 a year every year to use it. For me, that's not a public good. That's like a business investment. And maybe the TE agrees, changes the model, and they're like, no, we're not trying to do public goods. We're just token engineering focused. But the other thing is like, oh, hey, we want audits for our smart contracts. That's not token engineering. It should be like, hey, we want to validate this design, and we want to like, share it with everyone. Like that's way cooler.
Yeah, I was going to add a section on the proposal template of like value returned to the TE community, because I had a chat about Tanner and it kind of opened up, like just to be really clear about what's the ask and then what's kind of the return for the community template or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm.
Cool. That answers.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for having this call. I think it was quite productive. So I hope to see you next Wednesday. If anyone has any doubt or feels that they cannot advance or whatever thing, our telegrams are open to any question that you may have. And I hope to see you soon again.